Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. After finding out about EJ's helpful escape plan, Stefan confronts Harris. At home, Sloane recommends to Eric that, in keeping with their original plan, they hold the christening reception at the pub. She wishes for Roman to feel nobly treated. Nicole is thrilled to be hosting, and Eric observes that Roman is cool with it. Eric wonders whether Sloane is just trying to keep Nicole out of it when she keeps pushing. They quarrel until Brady arrives, at which point Sloane storms out. John confronts Steve at the penthouse for having lied to him about what transpired in Aria for all these years. He finds it hard to accept that Constantine, of all persons, has come clean and admitted to killing a young woman. Steve, looking embarrassed, notes that Constantine is just as ignorant of the whole truth as they are. John is aware that he killed Katharina and that she was a genuine person. When Harris gets back to Ava's apartment, he informs her that Stefan is not there. Ava asks if he believes Stefan played a role in Clyde's escape. Harris makes clear that he would do anything it took to keep his wife safe. Ava tells Harris not to behave like an action hero by running about the town. Saying, "I'm taking him to bed, no arguments," she leans in close. Harris is not going to argue. EJ reports Harris's visit to Stefan at the DeMera mansion. EJ suggests that Clyde is no longer valuable to the good detective because he was unable to neutralize him. Harris also requests that Stefan be held accountable for shooting him. Stefan, in a panic, reminds EJ about their agreement. EJ promises to assist him. He's actually arranged for Stefan to be transported to North Korea tomorrow under his new identity. Stefan sneers. He did not consent to this. EJ slyly informs him that his other possibilities aren't superior. Before leaving, Stefan would at the very least like to say farewell to Gabby. He is reminded by EJ of Clyde's fatal attempt to reach Statesville. With great pleasure, EJ promises to inform Gabby that Stefan is moving on without her. Stefan requests that he confess his love to her. EJ succeeds. Leo is found unconscious on a table in the square by Sloane. When she wakes him up, he tells her about spending too much St. Patrick's Day in the pub drinking green beer and Irish whiskey. Sloane makes fun of him for drinking on her money. And speaking of, she gives him a check because he wants more of that. Sloane tells Leo to return the suit he bought for Jude's christening since he won't be there, even if he is giddy about it. Eric attributes Sloane's actions to Jude's poor sleep quality, according to Brady. Next he asks Brady to be the godfather of Jude. Brady declines, feeling honored. Since Rachel doesn't want to be around him and Tate lives in a halfway house, he doesn't think he should be referred to as a parent. Eric begs him to think twice since he knows he would do anything for his children. Unwavering, Brady concedes. While at the penthouse, John refers to himself as a killing machine, despite Marlena's insistence that he is a great man. He will surrender to the police since he can no longer live this way. When Steve and Marlena object, Marlena tells John what a nice man he has become. John responds that he just assisted in freeing Clyde from custody. Stefan begs EJ to use his powers as the DA to assist him at the mansion. EJ will not jeopardize his position of authority and employment. Stefan feels that Stefano is turning in his grave because one of his sons so blatantly betrayed the other. According to EJ, the reason Stefano would be horrified by this circumstance is that one of his sons has shown to be a complete failure. An affront to his memory. Stefano would be pleased with EJ for seeing to it that the stain is removed. Before someone notices Stefan, EJ advises that he return to the tunnels. Godspeed, my brother. Ava notices how warm Harris is in her bedroom. He jokes that he's only hot for her, allaying her fears that he has a fever. They give one another a passionate kiss. Leo informs Sloane that Eric invited him to the christening when they are at the square. Furthermore, he and Jude share a unique bond. He is his godfather in fairies. Leo gets serious and shares all the real feelings he's felt since Jude was born. He believes that having a front row seat at one of the most significant events of his life is not too much to ask. Sloane answers, yes, it is. Leo promises to expose her and states he will see her there. Marlena is understanding as John and Steve explain the circumstances surrounding the jailbreak. John believes he must give Constantine an apology. Not only for the suffering he inflicted, but also for the charges levied against him. John claims to be a heartbroken parent, but Steve points out that he's still tricking Maggie. He would kill that person right away if they had done Belle what he had done to Katharina. Steve says he's sorry for keeping John in the dark for so long, but he didn't know how John would respond. John snarls that Steve was well aware of John's response. John is made to swear by Marlena that he won't give himself in. She tells him, in tears, that she loves him when he does. Brady warns his thoughtful brother Tate that he will continue to pay for a crime he did not commit until Holly comes clean about her drug use while they are at Eric's. Brady accuses Holly of prioritizing her self-serving desire for parental approval over his child's freedom, while Eric says Holly is simply confused. Eric promises to speak with Holly again and acknowledges that he believes she is hiding something. Harris and Ava enjoy the afterglow in bed. Harris admits to missing her. Ava also missed him. She gets up to grab Harris's pain medication and has a flashback of having sex with Stefan. Stefan knocks on the door as she heads to the kitchen. When Ava tries to convince him to go, Harris emerges. So, what are your thoughts? My potential killer. Roman's discovery, Jada begs, Stefan's police confession, and John's solution. E.J. DiMera finds out after the fact that Stefan DiMera brings himself in. Harris Michaels is pleaded with by Jada Hunter. Additionally, Roman Brady receives happy intelligence from Abe Carver. According to DOL spoilers for the week of March 18, John will find Constantine Meliuni's story appalling. The knowledge that Steve Johnson and Marlena Evans are aware of Constantine's allegations will also enrage John. John makes the decision to approach Constantine once more, but this time with an apology. John will then arrange to turn himself into the authorities. But this will undermine Constantine's scheme to activate the pawn. Abe and Roman catch up the week of March 18. Abe describes to Roman the events involving the Angel and Paulina Price's healing. Roman will also hear from Abe about how his memories came back all of a sudden. Paulina and Kate Roberts Brady become close in the interim. According to spoilers for the upcoming week of March 18, EJ will let Stefan know that he's abandoning the idea. Ava discovers, after being enamored with Harris, that Stefan was the one who pulled the trigger that evening. EJ searches for Stefan in the interim. Unbeknownst to EJ, Stefan is facing Chad DiMera while inebriated and unkempt. Stefan had already turned himself in to the police, as EJ learns later. Ava will also receive a warning from Harris that there may be another issue with Stefan. Jude Brady's christening leads to a heated altercation between Eric and Sloane. Eric questions whether Holly remembers more about Tate Black than she says. Jada also cautions Harris that his career could be destroyed by his romance with Ava. Xander Cook is released on bond. Sarah Horton and Xander will get back together and miss their daughter Victoria Cook. The honeymoon of Johnny DiMera and Chanel Dupree should soon be approaching. Teresa Donovan is reminded by Constantine that they have an agreement to keep the Kyriakis' riches for themselves. What plot point do you most anticipate seeing during the week of March 18, 2024? Post your ideas in the space provided for comments below. Don't forget to keep watching Peacock Soap Opera to see what happens next.